Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I'm your host, Chris, and welcome to my review for The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 15. This episode is entitled East. So, we're only one episode now away, guys, from the finale already. I can't believe that. And this episode, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was like the best episode they've done, but it was certainly a good episode. It just there just wasn't much going on there. I mean, I the last couple episodes have really just been set up of what's happening with the saviors. It seems like they're getting surrounded. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, we had the last episode with Rosita and Daryl, and then Denise out there, and then the Saviors were there. It was Dwight, and he's after them, and he wanted his way try to get into Alexandria. They know that they're in there. Now, in this episode, we have Carol going out on her own, which doesn't make a bit of sense to me, guys. Not, I don't understand that. She's going through some mental issues. It just okay. I understand that, but she goes out on her own, and what happens? She gets stopped by some other saviors. I mean, these are completely different guys. So we're really finding out that there's a lot of these saviors out there. I mean, not just the ones that were in the compound. I mean, these guys are everywhere, and they know Alexandria is there, and they knew Carol was from Alexandria, and they wanted to find their way into Alexandria to use Carol. So these guys are surrounding Alexandria. They're all over the place. They want to try to find a way in. Okay, and now on top of that, then we have Daryl also being stupid and going out on his own to try to get back at Dwight for killing Denise, and then we have Glenn, and then Michonne, and Rosita. Went with them, and then they had this big squabble in the woods. A big disagreement. And Glenn was right. Glenn was absolutely right that they should have turned back. I mean, he said there's something bad's gonna happen out here, man. I mean, and he was right. I mean, and I thought it was stupid. I think it was reckless. All these people are being reckless. Why are they leaving the compound unsupervised or un? They should be in a group. Why are they going out on their own? I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, they know the saviors are out there, and they're going to pay for this. They're going to pay for it. There were a few positives in this episode. One was the Morgan and Rick scenes that they had. I thought they were excellent, especially Morgan actually telling Rick that what he did with that wolf, and that he's still trying to tell Rick that you can be good. You don't have to kill everybody. He wanted to kill that dude too that was in that barn that said he was missing a horse or whatever. Morgan stopped him. I think Morgan is probably right. Like I said before in episodes, I mean, I like Morgan. I think he's a really good character. I do think that he is right, probably to be more civilized, but I mean, I gotta say that I mean, in certain circumstances, I think he is right. But then in others, I certainly understand where Rick is coming from. That he's been burned too many times by people, and he, got betrayed, like by the governor, and all these people that want to do them harm. And he learned that a long time ago that you have to be careful in this type of world now. So it makes sense. But now Morgan has went off now on his own to try to get Carol, and I think Rick took that quite well too about him, finding out about that wolf inside the community or whatever. That I think he took it quite well. I thought he was gonna like beat the crap out of Morgan there for a minute, but he took it quite well, and I think they parted on good terms. I I have to believe that Morgan will find Carol. I gotta hope that maybe they will come back to save Rick and the group again, just like Carol did that before. So um, that's what I think about that. I think that was great. Some great scenes though. I really loved Carol, and I loved her attitude in this, where she was still badass. I mean, even though she's going through this strange mental breakdown, and you can certainly see that. I mean, she's been breaking down. She's got the rosary. She's trying to find answers. She's a little lost. She don't want to kill no more. I think she's going through some big mental issues. and breaking down at the wrong possible time with these saviors around. But it shows that she's still badass. She sewed that gun into the actual sleeve of the jacket, mowed those dudes down. So she's still thinking. She still has that warrior mentality. And but the one thing that I don't like is that her breaking down like this and leaving the community. They should be sticking together. This is the time that they need to be all together. So I mean, I think that was reckless. Um, but she's badass. She's badass. I don't know what's going to happen now with her leaving or where she's at. I mean, Morgan, I think we'll find her though. I like the scene with Glenn and Daryl and Michonne, Rosita out in the woods. I think Glenn was great. He had some great lines trying to convince Daryl to come back to let's be a group. And then Michonne said, "We'll square it. We're going to square this up about what happened to Denise. Let's go as a group." They were the voice of reason, but Daryl wouldn't listen. He's being ridiculous. And it's they're going to pay. They're going to pay for that arrogance again, to think that they can beat these guys on their own. I mean, I don't know where they're coming from with that. A few slight negatives I had were, um, like I said about Carol. She's badass. I love that. She's going through some mental things. Okay, I get it. But where the heck is she going? I mean, what is up with Carol? Where does she think she's going? I mean, I don't understand that. You're in a community that's safe in the walls of Alexandria. You got friends there, people that know you, care about you. You got food, supplies, everything you could possibly need really to survive your community. But now you're going to go out on your own? I mean, that makes no sense to me at all. I think that was reckless, and I'm not really liking liking that at all. So that's a negative, unfortunately. And then again with Daryl is a negative. Daryl's also his stupidity going out on his own, and then dumb. They're being stupid, then walking into an ambush. So I mean, they're all pretty dumb. I mean, they all walked into that. I mean, it's just like stop going out on your own, guys. I mean that goes into another negative. Why are these guys going out on their own? Why are they out separately and then not go as a group? I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, I know it was Rosita and Glenn and Michonne together, but then they all got split up and went their separate ways. I mean, it was awful. They should have stick together and even with the thing with Carol, I mean, it makes no sense. This whole separation and then going out on your own, and then they're going out too much. I think. I mean, the wolves are out there, the saviors are out there. They know this. I mean, yeah, I think that's terrible. I think it's awful. I wish they would stop doing that. Another thing to note that it wasn't a negative or a positive. It was just something to observe. Is I'm really interested what's going to happen now with Maggie because it looks like she's having trouble with the baby or whatever. There might be a miscarriage involved, which is just terrible. I don't know if this baby is going to come out as a walker baby. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there, or maybe it could kill her like it did with I think it was Lori. Wasn't that Rick's wife originally that had Judith? So I mean, look what happened to her. She didn't survive. So this could happen to Maggie. I mean, it looks like she's going to go through some rough times. I mean, there was some foreshadowing maybe when they were in the shower, and it was just like a moment with them, and it was who's going to die there? Is it going to be Glenn? Is it going to be Maggie? Or maybe both? I mean, that's just terrible. And it comes down to I really, really think that we're going to get a few deaths in the finale coming up. I think that they're going to show Negan. He's going to finally show up. And I think he's going to crack a few heads. I think that somebody, at least one, somebody's going to die. I think at least one. And then I think we're going to go out on a cliffhanger. I really do. I think we're going to go out on a big cliffhanger. Like one of the major players, one of our major characters is probably going to get like a cliffhanger moment. Like, are they alive or dead? I mean, we have Daryl. He seems prime candidate. I mean, I don't know what to think. I mean, he got shot by Dwight. I don't think he's dead. I think he shot him in the shoulder or something. So I don't think he's dead there. But he shot him nonetheless. I mean, So I mean, what's that wound gonna do to Daryl? I mean, he could die from just that wound. I mean, so I think some terrible things are gonna happen in the next episode. Some people are gonna get their heads cracked, and I think it's gonna come down to maybe Morgan and Carol saving somebody again, maybe at some point, maybe into the next season. Maybe they'll play that over into the next season. So because now we got Carol and Morgan out there on their own. We have this all this other stuff going on with Daryl and the team there. So and then the rest of the group with Rick and everything are back at the Alexandria. So a lot of things going on here. We're set up. We're perfectly set up now for a badass, hopefully badass finale, and then we'll probably get a major cliffhanger to go into next season. So yeah, guys, I think it was a good episode. Not a great episode. It was a nice setup episode for me. I think next week we're going to get a lot of cool stuff happening, a lot of action, a lot of intense moments. I mean, I can't wait. But if there's anything that I may have missed, guys, that you guys want to talk about, that you really liked about the episode, or what you didn't like about the episode, please write in the comments below. But that will do it for me for this week for my review for The Walking Dead. Until next time, guys, take it easy.